I'm Josh Couch with Norrie Corporation. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about oil analysis field tests. Now, many of you may run routes regularly, you may put eyes on your machines on a regular basis, but you may not realize that some of the most important oil analysis work that you're going to do is done in the field. Now, Bennett Fitch talks a lot about this in our Oil Analysis Level 2 online training course. Let's take a look and see what he has to say about it.
But when you're doing visual inspections, the only way you can do a visual inspection on the oil is if you have ways to look at the oil on the machine. And I've been to hundreds of plants and done variety of different types of lubrication assessments. And I often walk around equipment just looking for the ways in which I can indicate something about the machine, something about the oil. And unless there's a good sight glass or bottom sediment water bowl or some kind of inspection hatch, it makes it very difficult to know anything about the oil. You could use other thermography and vibration to see things about the machine in general and also about the oil, but seeing the oil directly is very beneficial. So we call these zone inspections when you're trying to determine early problems, early detection of faults on the machine by looking at the oil first. So one area is L, F, and D, level, foam, and deposits. This is at the high end of the oil level. So the level itself of the oil is very important. And some machines, because of where the oil level is sitting, let's say on a gear, any 1 inch or ½ inch change in oil level could mean that the machine is getting no lubrication at all because it's going underneath that bottom gear tooth. So having a small change in oil level could be very important. Also, things you can look at the top are foam that builds up. A little bit of foam may not be a big deal because foam is going to be generated through typical agitation in the oil. But seeing deposits that may float on top, you may kind of hover on the top because they're lighter than the oil or just surface tension, could just collect there, and that could tell you something's going on. So level foam and deposits are very important. That's what this level sight glass can provide a lot of value in inspecting that zone. The next zone is C&C, so color and clarity. Looking at the various properties of a diamond, the 5 C's or 4 C's, whatever you call it. For oil, it's just 2 C's, color and clarity. So color and clarity could determine things like the contaminants in the oil chemistry. Oxidation's a big one. When oil oxidizes, you see the oil darkening. It may not be the only reason why oil darkens, but it's the most common reason why oil darkens. It could be other things like thermal degradation, additive stratification. The additives are dropping out. Microbial contamination, free or emulsified water. The water is being held inside that oil, and it's causing the oil to look different. Maybe it's not a color change, but it could be the way it's harder to see through the oil because of the way it's held in there. It becomes more translucent rather than transparent. Maybe it's an impaired air release conditions or antifreeze contamination, or there's a variety of contaminants that get in there, and it's going to change based on the type of machine that oil has been exposed to.
Thanks so much for watching. Now, if you're interested in finding out even more about field tests, we have a webinar that's right up your alley. You can register by clicking the link below.